Hi, good evening. Welcome to this webinar on career opportunities with BA degree in Public Policy and Administration from UPES Dehradun. At the outset, let me thank all those of you who have logged on to this webinar. Uh, Welcome, and I hope that this webinar is going to be useful to you. So to begin with, let's kind of start off with the agenda of this presentation. This presentation, as it's about the career opportunities from the BA Public Policy program, it intends to tell you more about the program itself, that is the BA Public Policy and Administration program. And then we move on to see something else which is very unique to this program, that is the embeddedness of civil services test preparation along with this program. How is it done is what we see. And then we see what are the program outcomes from the BA Public Policy and Administration. Finally, we move on to the career opportunities from the BA Public Policy and Administration program. And on the career opportunities itself, we'll be looking at three different types of career opportunities. Career opportunities from the competitive examinations, career opportunities from the various foundations, international career opportunities in terms of career opportunities with the bilateral, multilateral agencies. So that's essentially what we'll do in this presentation. Let's begin with the program itself. The program, as you know, is the BA Bachelor of Arts in Public Policy and Administration. There's a little bit of a history that I need to take you through to tell you as to why and how we have a wide range of subjects as part of the BA Public Policy and Administration program. Normally, if you look at any BA Public Policy program anywhere in the world, you will probably see the public policy program anchoring a very special area like BA Public Policy in Public Health or BA Public Policy in gender empowerment, so on and so forth. But what we have done here at UPES in our BA Public Policy and Administration program is we have tried to anchor the BA Public Policy program from all the three very important disciplines into which this particular program should actually be anchored to. That is sociology, economics, and political science. There are three courses each of these three important disciplines, and in addition to that we have three courses of the public policy itself. And in addition to that, as I said initially, that this particular program is embedded with the civil services test preparation. This program has four courses on public administration, which kind of pretty much covers the public administration optional and the civil services examination. And then you have a few other courses, including the electives, making up the rest of the courses in this program. So the program BA Public Policy and Administration has a wide range of subjects. And then this program also has summer internships with various government organizations, various government departments, various NGOs, foundations, so on and so forth. So that whatever theory that one learns as part of the program is appropriately given the application treatment when you go do a summer internship with any of these organizations. This program, as we move on from the second to third semester, also has a lot of industrial visits, essentially again to the government departments, the NGOs, the big foundations which are intervening in the area of public policy. And then to again bridge theory and practice, we kind of pick up some very important areas like the one that we had picked up in the last semester, the women street vendors in Dehradun, and the policies surrounding women street vendors in Dehradun. We kind of make students do a field work, do collect data for a survey on the women street vendors, so that we can come back into the classroom and analyze as to what are the gaps in the policy, what are the gaps in the administration so far as any one area is concerned, in this instance, the women street vendors. So that way, this program also is embedded with the fieldwork and surveys. Then, this program has three different but very, very relevant elective streams in human development, elective streams in poverty and inequality, and the third elective stream is in human development. So, in addition to understanding public policy from the three very important disciplines and public policy itself and public administration, the students in this program also get to study any one of these three elective streams, that's poverty, inequalities, human development, or not for profit management. And then the classroom lectures are not all that we plan. We just judiciously complement the classroom teaching with the guest lectures by people from various foundations who are intervening in very, very important areas. And we also call in the current serving as well as retired IAS, IPS officers to come and share their experiences in administering a particular policy and also framing of the policies that they've been involved framing in. And we call senior academicians from those areas where they're working in important public policy components, researching public policy components. They come and they also give the guest lectures. We also have got many people from civil society, basically the activists who would come and share their understanding of the policy, administration, and gaps both in policy as well as administration. So much about the program. Now we'll move on to the important component that I was saying initially, that we have the this particular program embedded with the civil services test preparation. For the civil services test preparation, we have tied up with Dr. Lakshmaya IA Study Circle, Hyderabad. Dr. Lakshmaya IA Study Circle is a very well-known and reputed institution with over 15 years of experience, and which has successfully produced many IAS and IPS officers. To paraphrase this with a few statistics of this year as well as the last year, I'd like to bring it to the notice of all those who have logged on to this webinar that last year from Dr. Lakshmaya IA Study Circle, 48 people got selected for the civil services interview stage, and of these 48 people, 30 plus, I think 32, got services either in IAS or in IPS or any of the other civil services. And this year, likewise, we have 42 students having made the cut to the interview stage, that is, having crossed the prelims, mains, and then moving on to the interview. And we are awaiting results of these 42 candidates as to how, whether they have made the cut into the service itself or not. So that kind of sums up the efficiency of Dr. Lakshmaya IA Study Circle Hyderabad in coaching students for the civil services examination. And as part of our agreement with the DLISC, Dr. Lakshmaya IA Study Circle, the coaching includes the following. And before that, let me kind of bring in another very important point, that always there are people from Dr. Lakshmaya IA Study Circle who fly down to Dehradun, and they start, they kind of teach our students on all of those modules that we have agreed that they should be coaching them on. And all of those modules that we have agreed on is the following, that is, the coaching includes the coaching for IAS prelims examination, which again has two components, the CSAT and the general studies component. And the CSAT component that we have in the civil services prelims examination is of qualifying nature, and the general studies, of course, is the one which kind of makes or mars one candidate moving from the prelims to mains or not. So coaching includes that, and then coaching also includes all of the four general studies papers in the mains examination. So pretty much 70% of the mains coaching is also covered. And then the coaching as well includes coaching students for writing essays on various important topics in which the UPSC has been asking the civil services aspirants to write essays on. So this is about the preparation. In addition to this, we also, I mean, DLISC also prepares students for the interviews. So besides this, there's this a kind of a evaluation mechanism that is continuous in nature, and this evaluation mechanism includes very rigorous tests and sometimes tests after a day's coaching. Like you have coaching throughout the day, and at the end of the day you have a test, and it'll kind of give you a current feedback as to how well you've been doing with the that day's coaching or not, and what are the areas in which you are found wanting, and in those areas how we are going to make up. And then these tests is both component wise as well as the consolidated exams, as in you have so many components in the civil services examination, particularly general studies like world geography, like world history, like Indian history, medieval, ancient, um, and the modern. And then you have science and technology, you have ethics, you have so many different components. So you get your assessment done both on an aggregated scale, that's the consolidated scale, as well as on the components. As in, you could be doing really okay with the consolidated exams, but in a particular component or two, three particular components, you might not be doing really very well. So DLISC conduct tests and then comes back to you and tells you you might be doing okay overall, but then in these components you're found wanting, and in these components you're found wanting in these specific areas, so that you have enough feedback to go back, study those components, and make your preparation as good as you could for writing this civil services examination. And the civil services coaching also includes the current affairs, group discussions, and seminars, so that you are, or the one who is getting into this program is well versed with the GD and the seminars as well. So let me kind of quickly sum up the program outcomes and then move on to the career opportunities from the BA Public Policy and Administration program at UPES Dehradun. So getting to the program outcomes, the very first thing about which I'm really very proud to share with all of you is that UPES is the first university in the country to offer public policy and administration program at the undergraduate level. So, though you have a few other universities offering the same program at the master's level, you have no university in the country which is offering the BA Public Policy and Administration at the undergraduate level. And as you can obviously make out, by the end of this program, you have a very specialized degree in BA Public Policy and Administration. And one of the very important features of the specialized nature of this degree is you are very well suited to pursue any other kind of a specialized masters in various areas, including MA Public Policy and Administration. And then, as this program, as you've been hearing me telling you this, is embedded with the civil services test preparation, This is an ideal program for all of those who have UPSC, the civil services preparation as one of the major goals in their lives. So we kind of have 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, half of the day, the BA Public Policy program, and the other half of the day from Monday through Thursday, the civil services test preparation, and the whole of Friday and Saturday, the civil services test preparation. So that way, this is a very ideal program for those of you who are civil services aspirants and are also looking at a very specialized degree program. And, and as is the case with most of the bachelor's programs, this program's duration is 3 years. Now, moving on to the career prospects of the BA Public Policy and Administration program. I told you at the outset that we'll be looking at the career prospects at three different levels. The very first level is, of course, and obviously, the competitive examinations, because this program, the BA Public Policy and Administration, is embedded with the civil services test preparation. All of those students who enroll into this program can appear for the civil services examination, and the success rate of these students cracking the prelims is very, very high. Uh, and in addition to appearing for the civil services examination conducted by UPSC once, twice, thrice, because of the very complex nature of the exam itself, as in you have 9 to 11 lakh students filling the application for the civil services examination to appear for as many as 500 to 800 jobs. So you have the funneling down from 11 lakhs, 9 to 11 lakhs to 500 to 800. So the point that I'm trying to make is the final 10,000 who get selected are almost the same, as in you don't have anything much to choose between these 10,000. And if you've got to be one among those 500 to 800 from the 10,000, you must be perfect on that given day of yours when you are appearing for the interview or when you are writing any one of those examinations, as in any one of those different components of the civil services examinations. So therefore, if you appear, your chances of succeeding in this examination through this program is very bright. Notwithstanding that, in case you have not been able to make the cut to the civil services examinations as such, you could probably be trying your hand, or you could try your hand far more successfully at various other competitive examinations conducted by UPSC, such as the Central Armed Force examinations, CDS exams, and Staff Selection Commission, SSC exams, so on and so forth. So you are ideally suited to write the civil services examination by the end of this program, and even more ideally suited to write the other exams conducted by the UPSC. In case, supposing you don't even make the cut there, you could always come back and write the state level group 1 and group 2 examinations, which is almost as good as the civil services examination, as in you have a lot of people who pass the group 1 and group 2 and get promoted to IAS and IPS over a period of time in their own careers. And then if you happen to not make the cut there, you could also be looking at various other local level government competitive examinations. And I'm very, very, very sure that you would be making a cut mostly in the civil services itself, if not probably at the UPES. But then, as a matter of opportunity, you could also crack the other examinations available to you. This is about the career prospects through the competitive examinations. You also have the career prospects elsewhere outside of the civil services examinations and the competitive examinations conducted by UPSC and the other local governments. You could very well get into any of the large foundations. These are called the bingos, big international non-governmental organizations like the DFID, like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, like the Ford Foundation, MacArthur Foundation, Oxfam, etc., etc. As in, all of these big foundations look for both the bachelor's and master's students in public policy, because pretty much what they do is intervening in the public policy in those areas where the state has not been able to perform well, or there are obvious gaps. So one's understanding of the public policy as they go through this program comes in handy for these big international institutions or big international non-governmental organizations. And then, if in case you don't make the cut there, you don't get a job there, which of course we facilitate as well, you could get into the Indian non-governmental organizations like the Smile Foundation, Care Foundation, or Infosys Foundation, Azim Premji Foundation, which are doing such wonderful job in the country, and they have like big funding. About the funding itself, let me kind of take you back to the big international institutions like DFID. DFID spends 4 times the amount of money that the Indian government spends on health, just in 4 states. So that's a lot of money, meaning, like that's a lot of job opportunities from the big international institutions. And almost similar funds have also been spent by Infosys Foundation, by Azim Premji Foundation, and all of the other big non-governmental organizations that we have in the country. So again, big opportunity, big jobs. In case you are the type who don't want to work in any of the foundations or any of the NGOs, you could very well set up your own NGO. You would have gone through the policy gaps, you would have gone through the problems, as to which area that the policy intervention is required from the civil society. In that particular area, you could set up your own non-governmental organization. And then you could also be working could be working in many centers, which are the academic centers, which work on like policy research, Center for Policy Research, which work in the area of the other administration gaps like Observer Research Foundation, IDSA, PRIA, Participatory Research in Asia, so on and so forth. So this is second level of career prospects. The first level, of course, is from the civil services examination, and then you have the second level of career prospects through these foundations. Then, finally, what are these international career prospects? Uh, if you could, even before considering this program, go out and Google, you will figure out that a lot of these bilateral, multilateral international agencies that we have, like the United Nations, IMF, World Bank, Asian Development Bank, very, very frequently send out calls for interns, interns who are doing a BA Public Policy program, preferably a BA Public Policy program, because they want to hire people who have done bachelor's in public policy or master's in public policy to work with them, as they themselves are also in the area of intervening into policy and intervening into the administration lapses, not just in one country but then throughout the world. Like World Bank has a lot of these jobs. Like they're also doing a lot of work, as throughout the world, and same is the case with International Monetary Fund, the Asian Development Bank, which has its headquarters in Philippines, does a lot of this work, and oftentimes send out calls for the internships. And then all of the arms of the United Nations, like UNICEF or World Health Organization or International Labor Organization, ILO. All of these organizations also keep calling out people to come and join us. Internees, and many times also give out a call for jobs for students who have done, for people who have completed their bachelor's or master's in public policy. So this is pretty much what I kind of wanted to cover as part of this webinar on the career prospects, career opportunities through this BA Public Policy and Administration program at UPES Dehradun. In case you have questions, I'd be very happy to take them. Well, we've got just one question from Shivansh, which pretty much is what I said. Uh, he is asking what are the career prospects in this course, rather in this program. So I've kind of taken you through all of the career opportunities available through this program. Uh, right, so I'm waiting. If there are any further questions, please post your questions, and I'd be very happy to take any number of questions that you have. Well, other than Shivansh, if there's anybody who has a question, uh, we'd be very happy to answer them. Oh, this is good. So we have, yeah, I mean, we have a question. I'm so glad that this question has come up. This one is from Mr. Govind Mishra, who asked, can we also apply for the public sector undertakings after passing through the BA Public Policy and Administration program? I'm so glad that you brought this up, Mr. Mishra. Definitely, yes, you could apply to the PSUs, particularly the corporate social responsibility wing of the public sector undertakings. They are also looking for students who have passed through either BA Public Policy and Administration or BA B social work, bachelor's in social work. And it's not just the PSUs, it's also the big corporates, like if you look at the BHEL, Infosys, Wipro, all of these big organizations, uh, they also, well, they also take the BA Public Policy students. Well, Mr. Mishra seemed to be not online. Well, I think, yes, the placements are indeed offered by UPES itself. We have a dedicated career services department, and the career services department provides the career support, including the placements. Well, we have another question now. We have a question from Shivang Avasti. Uh, Shivang is asking, where can we get to know the fee structure for this program? Uh, the fee structure, as well as the entire structure of the program, and all the details are available on the website. We are a very, very transparent university. We have all of these details on the website. All that you need to do is go to the UPS website, go to the School of Public Policy and Governance, click on the BA Public Policy program. You have all of the information about this program on the website. You will get it there. Devanshi Vad. So uh, you're back with this question. Uh, yes, the same question. Devanshi is asking, uh, are there any campus placements? Yes, there are campus placements. We have dedicated career services department, which provides the employment support to all the students, rather the career support to all the students. Well, Devanshi, yes, the IAS coaching starts from day one itself. Well, I'm sorry, like let me kind of bring this question up with Devanshi. What is asking? Devanshi is asking, does the IAS coaching start from day one itself? It does indeed start from your orientation itself. Uh, Along with the orientation for the BA Public Policy program, Dr. Lakshmi IAS Study Circle would come in and then give all the students the orientation on the civil services test preparation, how it is carried out throughout the 6 semesters, what's going to happen in the first, second, third, so on and so forth, up to 6 semesters, and and they also start the civil services coaching from the day one. So the day one, typically in the morning you have the BA public policy classes until afternoon. Post afternoon you have the civil services coaching uh, taking place as starting. Well, we have another question from Mr. Govind Mishra. The question seemed to be quite valid. Like, why should a person with 90 plus percentage marks in plus two should come up to your college instead of Delhi University, especially who is from humanities side in class 12? I completely agree with Mr. Govind Mishra that the students who get 90% plus in the humanities side, why should they come here? If they are not thinking of the civil services as their goal, they need not come to UPES, because UPES apparently at this particular point in time the only university in the whole country which is offering a BA Public Policy and Administration the bachelor's level, number one, and number two, it's also having this embedded civil services test preparation, which is the reason as to why we have students from DU coming in and joining with us for the BA Public Policy and Administration program. So a good reason to answer in a nutshell, a very good reason for a student to come and join who has 90 plus percentage or 98% is that if he or she is looking to become a civil servant, this is the best place to come and pursue their BA Public Policy as well as get trained for the civil services examination. Thank you. Uh, Devanshi Watts has another question. The question is, do we have any scholarships for BA Public Policy program? Very good question, Devanshi. Let me kind of answer this out this way as the answer exists. Um, we have the scholarships for UK domiciled students, the Uttarakhand students, to begin with upfront before a student joins this program. And two, we have a very clear scholarship policy at this university from the semester one onwards. Whoever tops the class and whoever is the second topper, if they get 9 CGPA plus performance, they definitely get big scholarships. Big scholarships in terms of big fee cuts in their tuition fees that they have to pay for the next semester. So that essentially two scholarships. One, upfront when you're joining, if you're a UK domicile student, and two, irrespective of your domicile, if you have topped or have come second in the class and have scored more than 9 CGPA, you'll get a scholarship. Uh, well, we have another question uh, from the ID SP8. Does this program develop interest towards the subject? Obviously, yes. That's why we have put together this program, uh, and that's the reason as to why we have built in so many different components in the program, like the field visits, the internship program, the industrial visits, particularly the surveys on evaluating different current policies. Considering all of that, the program, at least so far, has generated a lot of interest in the subjects that the students study. So that's the response for the ID SP8. Now, Devanshi has another question. Can you please tell in brief again what is the first set of career prospects? Okay, in brief, the very first set of career prospects that I spoke of was through the civil services examination and such other competitive examinations. If you clear the civil services examination, obviously you will get into one of those civil services positions, meaning the IAS, IPS, IFS, so on and so forth. In case you have not been able to make a cut there, then you can write the other competitive examinations conducted by UPSC, and if you make the cut there, you will again get into the combined defense services, so on and so forth. And in case you've not been able to make a cut in both of these places, you could very well write the Group 1, Group 2 examinations conducted by the state service commissions, which are there in every state in the country. And if you make the cut there, as I said during the presentation, you will definitely get to become a IAS, IPS, promote you over a period of time in your career. And finally, you have a lot of other local government civil services examination which one can write and make the cut. That's the first set of career prospects that I was speaking about. I hope this has answered your question, Devanshi. Uh, Now, Mr. Govind Mishra has another question. Living the education hub, place like Delhi, which is also very famous for IAS preparation, why should he, she not join DU and side by side IAS coaching? How is it better from others? Well, unfortunately, in Delhi or the rest of the NCR region, outside of Dehradun, of course, you don't have a BA Public Policy program or any of the bachelor's program embedded with civil services test preparation. Even if you're staying in Delhi, you would probably have to uh, go to college in one institution and then go avail civil services test preparation in another place. And traveling, as you know, in Delhi takes a lot of time. And two, there are no institutions, as I said earlier, which have the embedded civil services test preparation. And and why anybody should come to Dehradun. One very important reason is that the University of Petroleum and Energy Studies is located at the foothills of Himalayas. We are situated in a real scenic environment. From here, Mussoorie is the hills of Mussoorie is very clearly visible, and that's where you have the Labasna, where the civil services training happens for all of those people who make the cut and who get selected. What better motivation do you need than looking at Labasna and then preparing for the civil services test preparation? That probably is another cherry on the cake kind of a motivational reason to come and join UPES and pursue this program and the civil services do civil services test preparation from here. Thank you. Well, just to add on to Mr. Govind Mishra's last question, why somebody has to come all the way to Dehradun uh, to join this program and avail the civil services test preparation? Considering all of those coaching centers which are there in Delhi and Dr. Lakshmaya IA Study Circle, I'd like to bring to everybody's notice that Dr. Lakshmaya IA Study Circle is currently the best, if not the best, one of the best coaching institutions. When you have the mountain coming to Mohammed, why not, Mohammed do the preparations at UPES? That's another reason as to why uh, one would consider coming to Dehradun to join this program as well as do the civil services uh, test preparation. We have another question. This one is from Yoshi Chawla. She's asking when is the program commencing? What is the program commencement date? Well, we will have the registration starting around the 1st or 2nd of August, which would essentially mean that the 3rd, 4th, 5th is going to be the orientation, and I mean, in that week, we are going to have the orientation as well as the personality enhancement program. So essentially, it's the first week of August is when the program is going to commence. Yoshi Chavla, thank you. Now we have another question from Mr. Govind Mishra. DU has its own syllabus and status symbol. Do you feel like the colleges like St. Stephen's, Hindu, etc., they are the brand names everyone run for the admissions over there, and it do affect your curriculum vitae? Not sure. I don't seem to understand this question very well, but then what I understand is the colleges like St. Stephen's, Hindu, etc. Are big brands. Yes, they are the big brands. They've been existing for a very long time, but then UPES that way is not far behind. It's it could, if UPES were to be existing in Delhi, probably it would have given St. Stephen's, Hindu, and the other colleges a run for its money. Uh, I mean, that's how far I could probably go and assert as to how good UPES is. For instance, professors here are very accomplished. They're from big places like JNU, Osmania, Hyderabad Central University, and things like that. And the faculty, uh, like many, including me, have a very wide international networking. um like, we have done and we are doing projects with the Johns Hopkins University, in the Baltimore. I mean, there are many things that I could say, as to why UPES is as good as any other college in the country. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Govind Mishra, and all other people who brought up very pertinent questions, like Devanshi, who brought up a lot of pertinent questions, and the other people who asked the questions. Yoshi Chavla and the ID SP8, I guess that's what it is. Yeah. Well, Devanshi seemed to have another question. Does UPES has collaborations with international universities? It has collaborations with a lot of international universities around the world, across the world. Uh, and talking about this particular program itself, we have networking with a lot of universities around the world, both at the personal and the institutional level. Well, just to add a little bit to whatever I said on the international collaboration, we have a very active collaboration with 80 different universities across the world. Well, thanks everybody.